What up, Dokkaners? The Saiyan Day celebration is almost over in terms of content. In terms of timing, we're about halfway through. We've now finished the first 7 days of login. We've got 7 more days to go. So after that, what comes next? Today's video is going to be talking about what comes next and talking about what is left over for this current celebration. Burst mode and chain battle are all that is left in the current schedule. The 27th at 1 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time is when we're going to be getting burst mode and chain battle. Some of you probably don't consider that much content, if at all. Chain battle, I understand some people are not too happy with that. Burst mode, I would argue this is actually pretty fun. I do like burst mode, changing the most mundane events into, I don't know, Realm of God, or not Realm of Gods, like red zone level threats. I think this is actually kind of cool. So both of these are going to be dropping depending on how you view them. That's going to be 10 minutes of content versus 10 hours. Who knows? But after that, where do we go from there? I do want to point out that there is still the possibility that we get this. I don't know if it's going to happen. This could be a classic case of the global Dokkan intern failing to communicate with the official Dragon Ball website intern. But yeah, on the official website, they talk about how the Gotenks Fusion sub EZAs or Super Strike EZAs are going to be dropping. And this is not the JP game, mind you. This is for global. Look at the assets. Like, this is in English. This is very obviously for the global side of the game. So the fact that they're giving these in the announcement has got to mean we're going to be getting them right now. There's been a lot of back and forth. There's been some anger over the fact that they originally were not going to be happening on global, but they happened on JP. And while some people legitimately do use these characters, or were going to, a lot of people were mainly mad about the fact that we weren't going to be getting the stones. Regardless of whether we get them or not, we will still get the stones. But at this point, I'm just annoyed. Like, make up your mind. Are we going to get them or are we not going to get them? And if we are going to get them, is it going to be dropping at the same time as the chain battle and burst mode? Are they going to hold it back until like closer to the end of the celebration? I don't know. So depending on whether or not this happens, I guess remains to be seen. But regardless, let's talk about what's coming up next. So the next celebration after the Saiyan Day is going to be Yamcha. Now, there's no confirmation through official Dokkan channels or anything like that. This is just based on how things played out. Our only confirmed celebrations that we know about are Yamcha and the Super 17. Now, Super 17 just happened on JP, so there's no way this is going to be dropping so soon on global. It will be dropping before the 8-year anniversary, but this will be dropping as the final hurdle to jump over before 8 years. So this is the oldest celebration that global has yet to receive, which is Yamcha, whose part 2 already dropped on global back during early February when we had the Kid Goku Dokkan Festival part 1. So the Hachiyak Goku LR was originally the part 2 to the Yamcha. Let's quickly go over that celebration here. The Yamcha Dokkan Festival is right here. So in this, what can we expect to see? We can expect to see 3 EZAs. LR Bojack's EZA, which is right here. We can see the Super Saiyan 3 free-to-play Green Gem Shop Goku EZA. That also comes from the Quest Stage 30 renewal or update. So with that update, we're also going to be getting a Zenny Shop update. They'll also be adding some more Supreme Kai trials. It's going to be otherwise mainly just like a Quest-centric celebration. We're also going to be getting Ultimate Clash number 50 whatever. Global will not be getting Hachiyak. I'm fairly certain. Based on how long it took for the Metacooler EZA to drop, they're going based on when the actual Clash released that gave that unit originally to JP. So assuming they hold serve with that pattern, this upcoming Yamcha Dokkan Festival Celebrations Clash will actually give us the LR Majub EZA. So some of you might have been looking forward to that. He is a nice unit free to play. So that EZA will be happening. So those are the 3 EZAs that we can expect to see. I don't think that there would be anything else unless maybe the Gotenks, if you want to like move the Gotenks over here. Let's say it doesn't happen during Saiyan Day, they instead move it over to the Yamcha one. That would probably work, I suppose. So other than that, that's pretty much it. And this banner, while some of you would argue, you know, Earthbred Fighters, Warriors Raised on Earth is a good category. At the same time, a lot of you guys might be reeling from your summons from the God Goku celebration. And for God Goku, I understand. It was a global and JP first, so there's a lot more hype behind it. The animations are spectacular. One of the best TURs in the game, but Yamcha can wait. Yamcha is not going to be one of those units that you have to summon right away. This is going to be a celebration that if you outright skip, you would probably be all the better for it. And not to mention, part 2, we have no idea what part 2 is going to be, especially since part 1's or Yamcha's original part 2 back for JP was the one that we already got on global. There's a pretty much a void available now for that part 2. Now, looking at the last year's Dokkan Festival, we had a dual Dokkan Festival, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Kid Buu for part 1. That celebration's part 2 ended up being a nothing burger. So part 1, these two right here. You could say that this dual Dokkan Festival swapped with the Gohan and Piccolo for the New Year's celebration. So we kind of already had the Dual Dokkan Festival. It was just a little bit earlier on. So now instead of this, it's going to be Yamcha. Part 2, let's take a look. It was nothing. Jiren and Golden Frieza. Now, ironically, I was also going to say that for Golden Week coming up, we could potentially be seeing a Universe Survival Saga. So it's actually kind of funny to see these two characters featured on this banner from last year. But yeah, these two guys are basically older units that they just threw on a banner and they tried to get some stones from some of you new players who don't know any better. That's basically all that this is. And I have a feeling this is probably what's going to happen again. And some people may not necessarily like to hear that, but you know, if they do something like this again, it's an easy skip. It's another easy way to save stones. Yeah, it means less, I guess, to look forward to on global. But at this point, even if there was something new, do you really want to be summoning for this, or do you want to be summoning for Golden Week? Like, you know, you got to pick and choose here. Golden Week is going to be the more hyped celebration than Yamcha, or its part 2, or even Super 17, or its part 2. Because Golden Week will be a brand new unit for both versions, which means it has to be compelling enough to make JP players want to summon. That's something that is important. So just remember that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what your theories are for this top part 2 summon, what that could be. Golden Week, I did do a poll recently on the YouTube side, community poll, and I think most people will agree that Universe Survival Saga seems like the most sensible celebration to come up. There's no way to prove that it's going to happen. This is just speculation. But based on all of the EZAs that we've been having on JP, and then most recently Global also getting God Goku's EZA, it really feels like they're building up to something Tournament of Power related. And if they do, I would be especially happy because that category, that whole side of Dragon Ball just needs a major overhaul in terms of support, leader skills, abilities. The category is just not that good when you compare it to something like movie heroes, Wicked Bloodlines, superheroes, etc. So I would very much appreciate if they could do something like that for Golden Week. But in the meantime, this is a skip. So skip here. Whatever's left over for Saiyan Day, pick up all those stones, save it. You guys saw my video covering how many stones we can earn until 8-year anniversary. Take advantage. This is the time to take advantage. Do all the content, reinvent the game a little bit. If you're a little bit bored, one thing I recommend is for people to just use lesser category leader skills, not even like using different units. Bring the exact same units that you guys know and love, rainbowed out, max links, whatever. Just change the leader skill to 170% instead of 200%. Or better yet, make your lead a 170, bring a 200% friend unit, so you've got more like a 180% leader skill. Boom, you're already facing a different event with different level stakes, because now you're so accustomed to one way of fighting. Now that you're a little bit weaker, you might be a little bit more overwhelmed by the attacks that hit you, or you might be underwhelmed by the attacks that you dish out. Could be fun. So hopefully you guys are preparing for an otherwise relatively dry next couple of weeks. That's it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what do you think the part 2 banner is going to be for Yamcha? And what do you think the Golden Week celebration is going to be? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know when I want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.